What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to show you how to download Fidelity Active Trader Pro. This is a platform that you can use to day trade. I'm doing this during the after hours so we don't have the ticker symbols up, but you can refer to my other videos because I break down different things on it. But let's get right into it. Let's learn how to download Fidelity Active Trader Pro. All right, so go on Google, type in Fidelity Active Trader Pro. Click on the link. We're going to scroll down here where it says how to add Active Trader Pro Fidelity. And then here you are on the website for Fidelity Active Trader Pro. And this offers two types. You can download the desktop version or you can download the Mac. I have a Mac, so I did the Mac version, but I'll see if we can do both. So you hit Add Active Trader Pro, and it brings you up here where you know you're in the right spot. And this just gives you Fidelity, the website gives you an overall idea. And just, you need to have a Fidelity account to be able to have this program, by the way. So you're going to go to Powerful Technology for Active Investors. Just click on Get Active Trader Pro, but you have to have at least a brokerage account or an IRA. You can day trade whether it's an IRA, a brokerage account, whatever. So now when you click on the Get Active Trader Pro, you either click here for the 64-bit for PC, you would download here, or which I have is the Mac, you do 64-bit for Mac and you click Download Now. All right, so now you're going to see up here the Active Trader Pro symbol in green. You're going to go into your documents or your desktop and you're going to double click right there after you've installed the program. So after you double click, this is what should pop up. You should see the Fidelity Active Trader Pro, and then whatever your login was for your Fidelity account will be your username, and then your obviously whatever password you made. So type that in, click it in, and then we'll start to show you around. So before we jump in, I just wanted to give a quick overall just look over at this. Fidelity Active Trader Pro, it's very useful for many reasons that we're going to get into, and I have many videos going over it. But it gives you real-time alerts. You get real-time action, what's going on with the market. You can use Trade Armor, which is another video that I've made that you can definitely follow, and it offers a lot of good things like support, resistance. It gives you a quick look at the stock. You can look at the position size, research. Definitely go to my playlist on Fidelity, look at the Trade Armor. It's definitely very useful. You can monitor events, basically news, daily dashboard, all that stuff. So now let's jump into Fidelity Active Trader Pro. Let me just show you around. All right, so now that we have opened up Fidelity Active Trader Pro, let's take a look around and see what we can find. So you have an empty blank thing here. Let's start filling things in. I always start with the charts. So right up here, you have a bunch of tabs. You have accounts, trade and orders, quotes and watch lists, options for options trading, news and research, alerts if you want to set alerts for stocks, charts, and then layouts. Layouts is good because when you click on layouts, you can have preset charts. So when you log in, it'll just have it automatically pop up for you, which is a really nice feature. First thing is, let's look at the charts. You click charts, and then you click new chart. And then you'll have this pop up. And you can scroll by clicking on this top bar, and you can scroll anywhere to move in any spot you want, if you want it over here or down there. Let's put it in the top right, in the top left corner. Let's open it up a little bit so you guys can see it. And now what you can do, which is a very unique feature, is you can link things. So you can click up here where it says link tool. You can make it blue, whatever color you want, to be honest. You can make it any color. But I use blue because that's what all of mine are programmed to be. So you can see this already has a chart that I've already made in the past. So let's make it a different color. Let's see if it changes. So it doesn't. Okay, we're going to take it off the link. New chart. I want to do it so it doesn't bring up any of the features, so I can show you how to put those on because I think that's very useful. So let's just type in QQQ. And it's already got everything on it. So I'm going to exit all off so we can teach you how to do this. So these are indicators, or I should say these are tools that I've added so I can read the chart better. And this is definitely very valuable. So it's good that you're seeing it. But let's start fresh. Let's say you brought up a chart just like this. And now we bring up QQQ, the overall NASDAQ market. And it shows the symbol right here as you can see it. But it's also up here at QQQ. So next, you can add time frames and you can save them on what you want them to be. So let me show you. So right now we just have one chart up, which is the 5 minute. So if you look here, you have the date and the time. So it's 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and this is the 5 minute chart. You can change the time frame by clicking on 5 minutes, and then you can scroll through and go to 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, etc. You can do daily, weekly, monthly, or instead of looking at strictly the minutes, you can look at whether it's 2 days, 5 days, 10 days, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. So click on the 1 year chart so you can start to get an overall picture of what is actually happening. When you're day trading, it's good to have both. You could have 1 year on, you could have the 3 month on, you could have the 1 month, you could have today. So it gives you options. Next, you can draw. So if you click up here, you click draw, there's all different symbols up here that you can scroll through, and you can draw a trend line if you want. So if you want to try to draw a trend line here, you can just click and hold. And once you let go, that's it. And you can click on it and you can move it around if you want. You can shorten it if you want to by just clicking on the edge of it, and you can turn it any way you want. Now let's say you just want to get rid of it. I'm using a MacBook. You can double click it and then you can remove it, or you can change the color of it. So you can change the color of your lines. So let's just make this one so it stands out. We'll make it pink. You can do dashed. You can make it thicker. And then you can apply. And look, now look how much bigger it is. You can change the way it looks. So when you start to make your trend lines, you can get a clear view and you can make them the colors you want so you recognize what they're going to be. So now let's delete this, remove, and now it's gone. So click under draw again, and if you wanted to do that, you would just click here under trend line to draw. Next, you can draw resistant levels or support lines. So you can click on the resistant tab, and once you click on it, all you have to do is just click anywhere on the map. So you clicked on, just to review that really quick, you clicked on draw, you went on a resistance line, you clicked it, and then let's say I clicked right down here, you'll see a green line pop up. And here's a resistant line that I'm drawing. I'm going to get rid of this one because we have one on top, so we'll use this one. So we'll just say if we were looking at it, we thought this was a resistant line, we'll draw it up here. And you can modify it. So just hover over it so it's actually highlighting green. Double click it, and then you can change the color again. You can change the line style, and you can make it thicker if you wanted to. And then just hit apply. And that allows you to, now you created a resistance line. Now I want to show you the support line. So you click under draw, you go under support line, click that, click anywhere on the chart, and now another red arrow comes up, double click it. Let's just make it green just so we can change it. I'm just making it nice and thick so everybody can see it on the platform, and there it is. So here's our support line now. So when you're, and what's cool about this, you drew this support line, right, and this resistance line. If you change to the 5-day, it'll still show. So you'll still have your resistance and your support level. So you can look at like a 1 month, and you can move your lines up and it'll stay there for you. So now you can chart the next support level, and then you can draw the next resistance level, and you can kind of get an idea, and you can see this nice little pattern forming. So it gives you a good idea to start matching things up. Let's go back to the today, and it's a 30-minute chart. We'll move it to the 5-minute. And now let's say you like this 5-minute chart, you like the way it looks, you just want to go to a new one, you click the plus sign, new tab, and it brings up the same chart, but you can change the time frame now. So now I'm going to go one today, save it to the 1 minute, and then I'm going to click up here. You click on untitled, double click it, you can type in 1 minute, and now this 1 minute chart, if I want to go back to the previous 5-minute charts, click here. So now you have your 5-minute chart and then your 1 minute chart. So you can quickly cycle through, and you can do this for all of them. So you'll be able to create multiple charts on tabs and have a 1 minute, a 5 minute. We can make this one the daily. And then what you do is you just click under 1 minute, click daily, and now you have a daily chart. And then you can just add and draw everything on it again, which is really nice. So if you were day trading, you look at the 1 minute real quick, you can look at the 5 minute real quick, you can switch to the daily, and this is what I do when I trade. So it's quicker. I don't have to bring up a whole new chart. I just have a pre-saved 5 minute, 1 minute, and daily, which makes it a lot easier to do. So now let's go back to the 5 minute because we've been working on this. And when you click on draw, there's other features you can do, like horizontal line. You can draw a vertical line. I don't know what you would use a vertical line for, but you can draw one if you want to. Next, you have draw. You can click over here, which is the time zones. So you just click anywhere, the Fibonacci time zones. I personally do not use this, so I don't know what it really does. So if you know, please leave a comment in the section below. Maybe you can help out with that. Next one they have is the retracement. So I guess you can get levels on this. It's telling you where it retraces. I don't really know what the retracement does either. That's definitely something. Please leave a comment in the section below because I don't know what that does either. And then the next one, when you click under draw, there's just a bunch of things you can do. The GAN fan, which I don't even know what this is either, to be honest. This is all new stuff for me. I don't know how this helps you with trading. Maybe somebody knows. All right, anyways. So now we'll switch this to today, so it's just easier to read. And then under draw, you can draw regression channels. Let's just see if we can do a regression channel here. Oh, look at this. So you can draw the channel, which is kind of cool. So it's showing you that you can put it in between these bars. And you can basically show the channel where it is. Let's see if the regression channel works for, let's see if there's a linear regression. Let's see what this does. So you can just play around with it. There's all different things you can do with this chart, which is kind of cool. Let's see if we got anything else under draw that we can show you. You can draw rectangles and ellipses. I don't know why you draw this, but this probably has something to do with trading, but I personally don't know. So you just click on it, hit remove. So that's all you really have for the drawing section. And you can text note it if you want to. You can put a note and put QQQ daily and then apply it. And then you could write notes to yourself. So maybe you could put that and drag that near a support level or a resistance level, just so you know. So now next we have indicators, which is definitely one of the most important things. Some of my videos overlap and you'll see me go over these in more detail, but you will see on the bottom of this, it shows volume, but let's show you how to actually put this on, just so we're making full use of this. So I'm gonna use the full screen here. And let's get rid of this. I guess I can't get rid of it. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so next you can click on indicators and you have this whole array of charts you can use. So indicators, and you don't have to click on them. You see how it's changing automatically? You can scroll over it and you'll see something change on the bottom. So it's going to add it for you so you can see what it looks like. Personally, what I like to use, I use volume. So you can use, every trader should use VWAP. VWAP, let's use VWAP first, most important one. VWAP works on the daily, and that's this red line right here. VWAP is the volume weighted average price, and traders use this to figure out how they're going to chart. So you see how it doesn't look like bars anymore. It doesn't look like candlesticks anymore. You can double click with the Mac. You just double click it. And you can change this setting. So actually, instead of doing that, you can go up here and click on settings. And then when you click on settings, there's chart type. And you can change this to candlestick hollow, or you can change it to candlestick standard. And you can see that the candles are changing. And you pick whichever one you like. You can do a line if you want. You can do mountains. You can do OHLC, which is what it was. or the point in figures, which I don't know how anybody trades like this. But you can trade, you can set it to whatever you want it to be. So let's just leave ours the candlestick standard. You can change the colors for green and up, red and down. And then you hit apply. So now it's applied. Now we have our VWAP that we were going over. All right, so let's take a look at VWAP. Let's just show you how to get into it again. Indicators. You have this whole list here. Over here, you'll see volume, weight, average price. You'll see the red line come up on the screen, click it. And this is our volume, weight, average price. Now on this, instead of clicking here on the actual line, when you click an indicator, they come up right up here and they'll be like tabs. And you'll see as we add them. So here, you just click right here, hit modify, and then you can change the color to what you want it to be. For me, I use pink, and you can change the line thickness if you want. So we'll make this really thick. And then you can make it dotted lines. You can make it dashes. You can make it waves if you want to. Let's make it like that so you can see the dashes on it and then hit apply. So there's your volume, weight, average price. Next, you want to add another indicator. I like to use RSI. So you look right up here. Let's look for the RSI up here. There it is. So relative strength index. And you'll see that what popped up was here. And this, I have another video going over RSI, and it'll give you a range from basically like 20 to 80. And when it's on top, it's overbought. When it's too low, it's oversold, which means you can try to predict when something is worth going long on, buying, or shorting. That's for another discussion, but it's just good to have it on. Now, if you want to adjust it, you notice that the RSI tab is down here. So right here. And as you scroll, you'll see this number change, and it gives you the RSI number. So here's a good way. Right down here, it's 26. So look right here, 26, when I scroll right here. And as you're actively live trading during the market hours, it'll just automatically update for you. And this blue mark right here will just go up and down for you. But let's click here. You can click modify, and you can change the color if you want to. You can change it any color you want, whatever makes you happy. So I'm going to just leave mine as blue. And then you can change the line thickness, the line style, and you can go through the source, and you can change overbought level. You can make it 80 if you wanted to. You can make the oversold level 25 if you wanted to. And the reason my screen is doing that is because I'm clicking this button and it's adjusting. And now you can change the overbought and oversold color if you want to. So you can make this red. And look at this. Now you can see, you can change it, the levels. So if I made this, let's just say we made 30. You're going to see that when you apply it, this is showing when you see the blue go right below this, this is always going to be 30 for you. So you know that it's under there versus the high up here at 80. So that's a nice little feature of RSI. And I have another video going through RSI explaining in more detail. So just go through my Fidelity playlist. I have a bunch of Fidelity videos on it. I honestly should be sponsored by Fidelity by how many videos I make, but I just like to spread the word because I really like this platform. I don't get any money from Fidelity or anything, but I truly enjoy this platform, and I think it can make you a better trader, and you can use a lot of tools to give you an advantage. Another indicator I like to use, this volume one keeps popping up for us, but let's actually look on how to actually add it. So indicators, and then you're going to look for volume. Let's see if I can find it. I am not sure where that one is, honestly. But if you don't know, that's fine. Just type in volume. So I type in volume, and look at that. Average volume pops up right here. So if you can't find something, you just type it in. No big deal. And now let's just make this look a little prettier. I'm going to get rid of this, delete the RSI. And there's our volume. Let's go to the 1 minute here. And here's your volume, which is nice. You can see this. Let's get rid of this. So now let's go back to the 15 minute. And as you can see, I'm changing things quick because I've just done this a lot. So you go to settings, change here. Let's make it candlesticks again, and then just apply it. So now the next thing we're going to do is under indicators. We did volume, we did RSI, and we did VWAP. Another one that I like to personally do is MACD. So you have MACD on Fidelity as well. So those are big. You got the volume, the MACD, RSI, VWAP. Those are all ones you can add to your chart, and then they'll be down here. And if you want to adjust the MACD, you just click right here and you click modify. And then here you can change the colors and everything as before. And then when you're done, you just save it. You hit here and you hit save chart. So when you want to save your chart, you click here on this little file and you hit save chart, which is really nice. Next, I want to show you events. You can put events on, you can put earnings on. So you click earnings. Now this is not going to work for QQQ. So let's type in Tesla and you click under events, earnings. Let's see if it comes up. And then events, when you click on it, it should show, but for some reason it's not coming up. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry. So when you click it, you'll see these green boxes come up. Earnings, earnings. And this is cool because you'll click on it and it'll show you what their earnings actually was. So you see here let me zoom in for you so you can see. So you click here on the magnifying glass and then you just drag it. And now you have the earnings and you can see 0.95 earnings per share. And you can zoom out. And you can click on this one and this one shows 65 cents per share and it shows you the date. So it's a nice little quick thing to see when is earnings coming up as well. And you can just scroll through each one, which is nice. Next, you can go through dividends if they pay dividends. So let's go to a stock that does pay dividends, such as Coca-Cola. So you can click on events. Click on, so you see the D coming up when I'm doing this. I'm clicking this button. So the D, and then you hover over it, and you'll see it shows that Coca-Cola on July 1st paid 44 cents. And right here it paid 10.3. It paid 44 cents. And then you can see when's their earnings and when is their dividends. Another feature you could use is splits. Was there any splits in this company? But when I click it, nothing happens. You'd have to go to a stock that is split in the past. And then you have tax lots, which I'm not really sure what this is, to be honest. I guess this is showing you, I'm not sure what tax lots is, to be honest. I guess if you were to buy there and it wasn't a year long in your brokerage account, it'd be considered a short position. You pay more taxes on it. You can go to technical analysis over here and you can put support and resistance. And it'll put in support and resistance for you. So instead of doing the 1 year chart, let's see if this is more accurate if we do like a 1 month chart. And we're going to go to settings again. I don't know why it keeps changing from the candlestick, but we'll do that. And here it's putting in support and resistance levels for you, I guess. Let's try a 3 month chart, see if it's a little more accurate. But it's good just to play around with it. You know, not everything is set in stone, but you can definitely just see if anything pops up. You can click on patterns and events, and then you can scroll through. And some of this stuff I've never even used before, so this is all new to me as well. But you can apply certain things to it, like the triple moving average, which it says there's no technical events available for the security. Next, let's look at let's just look in the settings real quick. We already went over the candlestick, linear, logarithmic. So basically that's it right there. Next, you can compare. So you can compare symbols, which is really cool. So let's just compare KO to AT&T. So now you notice there's a blue one. So the blue one is our AT&T. And it just gives you a comparatively to see how they're doing over time. And it has the prices as well. So you have to do obviously like a further out chart because you need to have the actual prices actually make sense here. So AT&T is in blue and Coca-Cola. And you say you're just comparing dividend stocks, let's say. You could look at how's AT&T's performance versus Coca-Cola. And you can see with the dividends how they're actually, is it selling off after the dividends or the earnings. So that's kind of cool. You can modify it too. So this is AT&T. We can modify the color of it so we know which one it is. We'll just keep it the way it is. We'll just make the line a little thicker so we can see. And this is AT&T versus Coca-Cola. But another realistic way to do that would be to do like a company that is actually another one. So we'll type in Pepsi. So you click under compare and type in Pepsi. And then this is Pepsi is green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of AT&T so it's a little more clear. And now you have Pepsi in green and you have Coca-Cola. And you can see that they kind of trade similarly. But that's another cool thing you can do. You can compare stocks right on the same thing. So I'm just going to delete Pepsi so we just have Coca-Cola up. I'm going to get rid of this indicator. I'm going to get rid of the events for the dividends. So you just click it and just notice how it goes away. Click the earnings, the E's will go away. Click the tax locks and those will go away. So that's a nice little feature. You can do that. Next you have your alerts. You can set alerts. So you click alerts. You can set the price alert, a message center, real-time analytics, communication center, and manage alerts. You can set a price alert. And then let's say this was blue. Let's make this blue. And now if I were to click here and link these two, so you click the blue, you see how it's linked? Now you click on this gray one and then you click blue and it'll link to each other now. So now anytime I want to set alerts, let's say on Tesla, or I was looking through different charts, I typed it and notice how the chart is changing with each one I click. That's because I linked the blue with the blue. So they are together, they are following each other. So now we're on AT&T. We want to set the alert. We click set alert. You can do price movement. You can do a percent change since close. You can do the EMA, or you can do a 52-week high and low. I like to do price movement. And you can say, okay, if it goes, let's say we're looking at AT&T. I see the low here is 14.6. Let me put an alert for 14.6 and I'll start looking at them if it actually hits that. You can do another alert or you can manage your alerts. So you click on manage alerts and it'll allow you to set multiple alerts. And you can scroll through and see how many you have. Next we have, let's click off the alerts. We did the charts. You can do news and research, and you can go through anything, whether it's news, stocks, viewpoints, stocks, ETFs, mutual funds, IPOs that are coming out, which is kind of fun. So you click on IPOs and Fidelity will give you the latest up, like what is actually happening. You can set up alerts to get IPOs. So there's just so much that's offered, that there's so much on this platform that you could be using, that if you didn't have this program, you would just be trading from your cell phone. You can do quotes and watch lists. You can make a watch list. You can do time and sales. Let's just make a watch list. So here, you can make a watch list. I'm trying to make this a little bigger for you guys. So here's your watch list. These are just some stocks that I've looked up in the past. And you can type in, so I guess I labeled this maybe volatility. You can, or maybe that's what it's normally called, I'm not sure. But you can manage it and you can create your own list. You can add or remove, you can edit watch lists, you can delete the watch list, you can create a new watch list. There's all different things you want to do. So if you want to create a new one, and then you just say my watch list, you can name it whatever you want. Just type in WWR and then type in KO and then you can create. And I guess it's not working, but normally it works when you hit create. It's probably something with my program. And then you can go from there. And then what's cool about it is you have these little individualized bars, as you can see as I'm scrolling. You can click here and you can buy from it, sell from it. You can sell it short, buy to cover. You can use Trade Armor, which I have another video on. Please use my videos. They are excellent. They follow things. They'll just give you a quick synopsis on whatever it is you like to see. And you can basically do anything from here. You can buy. So before I end the video, I just wanted to show you what I use on my charts. So for my charts, what I like to use is you'll see that I have the volume, which you can see right here. I have the 1 minute. I have the 1 month you can click on. You have the 3 month, the 6 month, the 1 year, and the 4 hour time frame. And I like to cycle through, and you can switch to a 5-minute chart if you want and just click right there. But what I like to have is obviously have the chart up. I like my candlesticks. I use volume and RSI. And then I have VWAP on here, which is in pink dotted, which you can see right here that's trading well below VWAP. I like to use the 200 EMA, and I have videos that break these down on how to set them up, so just please refer to them. And you have the 9 EMA right here, the 20 and the 9 EMA right here in orange and red. And I use the RSI, the volume, and I usually have MACD on here too. So I don't know why this one's not showing, but right here, MACD. And I just use these because I mainly like to scalp and I like to dip buy. So I try to buy at lower prices with a lower RSI, like this 27 example. And I try to buy when the MACD is like down here for an oversold. It doesn't always work, so you got to follow a stop loss. But I just wanted to show you a quick video of how to set up Fidelity Active Trader Pro, what I like to use, and what I think could help you. And definitely play around with it because every trader has what they like. And this is just what I like. So you can use different setups as well. So here's what I use for my setup. And I know this looks probably hectic, but if you just look at it really slowly, this area, I have the 1 minute chart up here. So you see 1 minute on today's chart. I use the 200 EMA. I have VWAP up here. And then if you zoom in, you'll see the 9 and the 20 EMA as well. It's just because it's a 1 minute chart and it's been all the way up, like the whole day's passed, that it looks like a bunch of gibberish. But if it was zoomed in more, you would start to see more on the lines. Because when I'm trading, I'll zoom in on the 1 minute and really get a good look at like what these candles actually look like, and then you get a better view. This is the 1 minute chart I use. The next one is the 5 minute chart. You got to slow things down. And on the 5 minute chart, you'll notice that on the 1 minute, I only have the volume and RSI because I'm trying to compare my RSI to my 5 minute RSI. So this is my 5 minute chart, and I will have the volume, RSI, and MACD listed as well. And then I have what I made for the day, and then I will have my trading box right here. And then I'll have news up here on this top chart. And to get to news, I didn't put it in this video, just click on news and research and you can click news. And then this will come up. So any symbol you type in, it'll just show you. So if I was trading Tesla and his stock was moving, I can just quickly look and notice that everything changed with me because we linked the blue link with here as we did earlier in the video. So they follow each other with anything you type in. If I type in Apple, that's not Apple symbol, is it? AAPL maybe? So if I type that in, the charts will automatically change to Apple for me. So during this sell-off, I could look and see, oh, why is it selling off? Maybe there's something happening that shows that would justify why it's moving. You can try to figure things out. And then I always use the indices. So I can look at the major indices and see how they're doing. What's the percent change? What's their VWAP? So if I'm trading different stocks or their leverage ETFs, I can look and see how they're performing and where's their VWAP so I can make a good judgment. So this is my setup on what I use. I know it looks like a lot, but once you start trading and stuff, it just becomes like second nature and you have things that you like to look at. So just to recap, we got the 1 minute chart, we got the 5 minute chart. On the 1 minute chart, I have volume and RSI. On the 5 minute chart, I use volume, RSI, and MACD. And I like to use these symbols to make my decisions on when I'm going to trade. I have other videos that break down the MACD, the VWAP. Please look into them. And if you feel like you learned something, please subscribe and like the channel. And I'm going to continue posting more and just my daily updates because I just like to post how I'm doing in my trading journey.